last session, we spoke about us coming into unity with God. So important for us. We're not in unity just with a church. Unity starts with God. Amen. When I'm walking in unity with Him, coming out of that, I can enjoy unity with my brother. But there's only unity in Jesus Christ. Amen. We can be in the same organization and not be in unity. Because remember, the world is divided. There is only unity in Jesus. You understand that? You agree with me? So go to Ephesians chapter 4. And I just want you to read verse 1 to 3.
Ngakho mina siboshwe enkosini ngiyanincenga uba nihambe ngokufanele ukubizwe nabizwa ngakho ngokuthobeka konke nobumnene nokubheka kade nokubekezelelana ngothando nikhuthalele ukugcina ubunye bukamoya ngesibopho sokuthula munye umzimba munye umoya njalo konabizelwe ethembeni linye lokubizwa kwenu.
So Paul explains here.
Uyachaza umpostoli Paul la.
The first type of unity that we enjoy as believers in Jesus. And he calls it the unity of the Spirit. The unity of the Spirit. Remember when we're born again? My spirit is married, joined to the Spirit of God. Amen. I have become one spirit with God. You agree? That is the unity of the Spirit. So, is there anyone here who has been born again? You have received the Spirit of God. So you have the Spirit of God. I have the Spirit of God. So we have the unity of the Spirit. You with me? So I can meet a brother from a very different area. He's not a part of the same organization I'm a part of, but he has the Spirit of God. We can enjoy the unity of the Spirit. Amen. And we can enjoy the unity of the Spirit with every person who has received the Spirit of God. Because we have the same Spirit. That is the unity of the Spirit. But then Paul teaches us, and I want you to then read from verse 11 to verse 13.
Uthi nguye futhi owanika abanye ukube babe ngabapostoli, abaprofeti, abavangeli, abelusi nabafundisi ukuze abangcwele bapheleliswe umsebenzi wokukhonza kwakhe umzimba kaKristu. Size sifinyelele sonke ebunyeni bokukholwa nasekwazini indodana kaNkulunkulu ebudodeni obupheleleyo esilinganisweni sokukhulu sokugcwala kaKristu.
Amen. Amen. Now Paul, he talks about another unity. What does he call that unity? In verse 13.
Yes.
Okay, what is that in English?
Of faith.
So it's the same. The unity of the faith. Now what is the faith? How do you understand that?
Niqonda kanjani lokho bazalwane? Umbuzo.
Stimbiso?
Khumalo.
Ukholo.
Uthi yilo bunye ukhuluma ngalo bokholo.
Ubunye bokholo.
Ukholo yes. Ukholo ukhuluma ngabo.
Ukholo is to have faith in Jesus Christ.
Okay. Anything else? Faith in Jesus Christ?
Ukholo
Here's another answer.
Balomu onenye impendulo ukuqiniseka kuJesu. Persuaded by Christ and trusting in Him.
Persuaded by Christ. Okay. Quickly go to Jude
Asiyeke manje kuJuda bazalwane encwadini kaJuda.
and read verse 3.
Uverse 3 kaJuda uthi bathandekayo nje ukuba ngenza inkuthalo yokunilobela ngensindiso sihlanganyela sonke ngagcizelela ukunilobela ukuba nginifusele ukulwela inkolo abayinikelwayo abangcwele kwabakanye.
Okay, tell me in English, what did yours say? Direct translation.
Say, beloved, as I am, desire of writing for you, so that you contend for the faith that you once received.
Okay. Church,
Bazalwane,
the faith
ukholwa
that Paul is talking about in Ephesians chapter 4.
la akhuluma ngawo kuma-Efesi 4.
Jude,
uJuda
he talks about
ukhuluma
the faith
ngenkolo noma ngokukholwa ngenkolo
that was given to us
esinikwe yona
once
kwabakanye
by the apostles.
ngabapostoli.
Okay? So he's not talking about just having faith in Jesus.
Akakhulumi ngokuba nokukholwa uJesu nje kuphela,
He's talking about something different here.
kodwa ukhuluma ngokuhlukile la.
The 12,
Laba abawu-12
plus the apostle Paul,
kanye nompostoli Pawulu
he wasn't with Jesus,
akade noJesu,
but he went into heaven,
kodwa
remember?
wahluthwa wayezulwini
And he received a revelation.
wase amukela isambulo,
He received a body of truth.
wase athola lo mzimba weqiniso,
He received the faith.
wakuthola inkolo.
And so the 12,
Laba abawu-12
with Paul,
noPawuli
took this body of truth
bathatha lo mzimba weqiniso
called the faith,
ayokubizwa ngenkolo,
and they gave it to us as the church.
banika thina njengebandla.
And Jude says,
Uthi kuJuda
you must earnestly contend
uthi fanele njalo silweleke
for that faith.
lokholo noma lenkolo.
So we have the unity of the Spirit,
Sinabo ubunye ke manje bukamoya,
but that doesn't mean we have the unity of the faith.
kodwa lokho akusho ukuthi sinobunye bonkolo noma bokholwa.
Beganani has the Spirit of God.
uScott unomoya kaNkulunkulu,
I have the Spirit of God.
nami nginomoya kaNkulunkulu,
But we may not
kwangenzeka
have the same understanding
singabi nokuqonda okufanayo
of the body of truth,
ngalo mzimba weqiniso,
the faith.
inkolo.
But is it important
Ngabe kubalulekile yini
that we understand the faith
ukuthi siqonde inkolo
correctly?
ngendlela elungile? Ngabe kubalulekile yini?
Yes. Because how do two walk together
Ngoba ababili bangahamba kanjani ndawonye
unless they be in agreement?
ngaphandle kokuba bevumelana?
We talk in unity.
Sikhuluma ngobunye.
We all have the unity of the Spirit.
Sonke sinobunye bukamoya.
But if we're going to be one church,
Kodwa mase sifuna ukuba ibandla lodwa,
we must have the unity of the faith.
kufuneka futhi sibe nobunye benkolo noma bokholwa.
Because every person
Ngoba wonke umuntu
who is built on this foundation
owakhiwa phezu kwalesekelo
needs to believe the same things.
kufuneka lakholwe izinto ezifanayo.
Otherwise, what will we do?
Ngaphandle lokho into sabe siyenza.
Hilton, what will we do?
Sabe senzani? Sabe simoshe
We'll
isikhathi.
waste time, but you know what we're going to do?
Yaso sabe sikwenza.
We are going to argue,
Sizophikisana.
and eventually we will be
Sizahlukana.
divided.
Sizahlukana.
And so Dlamini will go start his church, and
Ngihamba ngoqala yami lapha
I will go start my church.
ayoqala i-arm of Jesus.
And his church
Ibandla lami
will be the church that does baptism like this.
bese ibandla lami likufake lana likubhabhathe
And my church will be baptism.
bese lakhe ekusile bese siyahlukana.
That's what's happening in the church.
Yiloko okwenzekayo ebandleni basalwane.
Let's understand.
Asiqondeni
There's one church.
linye ba.
Jesus is building that church.
uJesu wakha lelo ba.
And there is one body of truth.
Linye iqiniso ke elikhona.
One revelation.
Kunesambulu esodwa.
One faith
Kunokukholo kodwa.
that Jesus gave to the apostles
uJesu amnika abapostoli
in the beginning.
ekuqaleni.
You agree?
Siyavumelana basalwane.
And so we only contend
Sikwazi ukulwela
for that faith
lokho kukholwa kuphela
given by the apostles.
esinikwa abapostoli.
So let's go to 1 John chapter 1.
Asiyeke encwadini kaJohn chapter 1.
And I want you to read verse 1 to 3.
Kune verse 1 kuya 3. Lokho okwakukhona ngasekuqaleni sakuzwa. Sakuzwa sakubona ngamehlo ethu sakubheka nezandla zethu zakuphatha okwethu lokuphila. Lokho kuphila kwabonakaliswa sakubona siyaqinisa sinishumayeza lokho kuphila okuphakade okwakukhona kise kwabonakaliswa kuthina. Lokho esikubonileyo sakuzwa sinishumayeza zakhona nani ukuze nani nibe nenhlanganyelo nathi kepha thina sinenhlanganyelo noyise nendodana yakhe uJesu Kristu sesiyanilobela lokhu ukuze intokozo yenu iphelele.
Amen. All right. John says,
Uthi uJohani
that which we are teaching you.
lokho senifundisa kona.
Who is John?
Ubani uJohani bazalwane?
He's one of the apostles.
Omunye wabapostoli.
Amen. He was with Jesus.
Wena uJesu.
He's saying,
Uthi
the things we are teaching you.
lezi zinto esinifundisa zona.
He says, these things
Uthi lezi zinto
were from the beginning.
zikhona ekuqaleni.
Okay? Where did he get the teachings from?
Wathatha lezi fundiso
From Jesus.
kuJesu.
Okay? He then says,
Besathi
what we are teaching you.
lokho senifundisa kona.
Not just him,
Uthi hayi yena.
we.
Uthi thina.
Who's he talking about?
Wekhuluma ngobani?
Manzana, who's he talking about?
Wekhuluma ngobani ethi lokho senifundisa kona.
wayekhuluma ngabafundi bakaJesu,
Disciples of Christ.
Exactly. He's talking on behalf of the 12.
Wekhuluma ke ngengxenye yalabo abawu-12.
He's saying what we
Uthi thina lokho
are
esinifundisa
teaching you
kona. Esinifundisa kona
as apostles,
njengabapostoli.
it is from the beginning.
Kusukela ekuqaleni.
Then he says,
Bese athi
the things that we
uthi thina lezi zinto
heard,
esazizwayo.
they physically heard the words of Jesus.
Bali umwezwa amazwi kaJesu ngoba
They sat there and listened to Jesus.
bahlala bamlalela uJesu.
They followed Jesus.
Bamlandela
They
uJesu.
saw his miracles.
Bayibona izimangaliso zakhe.
They slept in the same room as
Bahlala
him.
endlini
They
leyo.
ate with him.
Badla naye.
They heard
Bamuzwa.
that which we heard,
Uthi ke lokho esakuzwa.
that which our eyes have seen,
Uthi lokho amehlo ethu abonile.
and that which our hands
Uthi lokho izandla zethu
have handled
eziphathile.
concerning the word of life.
Uthi ngokwezwi lokuphila.
Who is the word of life?
Ubani wezwi lokuphila?
It is Jesus.
uJesu.
They heard,
Bamuzwa.
they saw,
Bambona.
and they touched him.
Bamthinta.
They had that privileged position.
Baba nalo nhlanhla ukuthi bakwazi ukuba kulezi zimo.
He's writing on behalf of the 12.
Ubhala ke njengengxenye yakababa u12.
And he says,
Uthi
that life,
lo phila.
who's the life?
Ubani ukuphila?
Jesus.
uJesu.
The life we heard,
Lo
saw, handled.
esakuzwa sakubona sakuphatha.
That life
Lo phila.
was revealed to us.
Uthi kwambulwa kithi.
They understood.
baqonda
They got this picture.
baba naso lesithombe
They understood the pattern.
bayiqonda lendlela
They knew the purpose
bayazi inhloso
for which Jesus came.
ukuthi uJesu wezi
It
la
was clear for them.
kwacacile kubona
They were united.
babe munye
We.
ebethina
That's why on the day of Pentecost,
ingangosuku lwePentecost
they all stood up,
basukuma bama
but only one man had to preach.
kodwa oyedwa washumayela
Peter.
uPetru yedwa
Because whatever Peter preached,
ngoba noma yini uPetru wayishumayela
they were united.
babe munye bevumelana naye
There was
konke
only one message.
kwawumyalezo owodwa
They weren't preaching different messages.
babe ngashumayela intshumayelo ehlukile
That which was revealed to us,
lokho kwambulwa kithi
we
uthina
are now giving to you.
usesinika kona
Now understand this very clearly.
cela siqondisise lo bazalwane
The teaching
izifundiso
concerning the church of Jesus Christ
mayelana nebandla likaJesu Kristu
is the teachings
izifundiso
given to us,
esiziphiwe noma
By the
sasinikwa
apostles.
abapostoli
nothing else.
akukho okunye
No other man,
akekho omunye umuntu
no new revelation.
asikho isambulo esisha
You with me?
sindawonye bazalwane
Amen.
What was given to them
lokho bakunikwayo
is the faith,
ikona-ke inkolo nomkholo
and there's nothing new.
akusekho kusha
You believe it?
ngiyakholwa bazalwane lokho
Amen.
Because today
ngoba namhlanje
there are men
kunamadoda
that are coming with many new revelations.
bathe ngithola isambulo esisha
Many new
hayi
revelations.
ngisitholile esisha hayi
Our teaching
isifundiso sethu
comes only from the apostles.
siqhamuka kuphela ezifundisweni zabapostoli
Not the Old Testament,
hhayi esivumelana nesidala
from the New Testament,
kodwa sivumelana nesisha
letters to the churches.
lawa akubhaleka khona amabandla
The Old Testament
itestamenti elidala
are pictures for us. They're
kuyizithombe
examples for us.
zizibonelo kithi
The new
kodwa la
is in the old
kukwelidala
revealed.
selimvuliwe
So we use the Old Testament,
siyalisebenzisa itestamenti elidala
but not for building doctrine.
hayi ukwakha isifundiso
Doctrine comes from the apostles.
kodwa izifundiso ziqhamuka kubapostoli
You with me? Very important.
lokho kubalulekile kakhulu
We can reinforce the doctrine
singakwazi ukuthi sigcizelele isifundiso
by the Old Testament teachings.
ngezifundiso zetestamenti elidala
The faith
inkolo
was given
yanikelwa
to the apostles.
ngabapostoli
But now listen to what John says.
lalela-ke lokuJohana kushoyo
Verse 4.
uverse 14 sesinilobela lokhu ukuze intokozo yenu iphelele
I'm writing these things
kodwa ngibhala lezi zinto
so that your joy
ukuze intokozo yenu
may be full.
iphelele
And some translations say complete.
enye ithi igcwale
What does the Zulu say?
iphelele
Complete.
iphelele
When you take a husband and wife,
bothatha indoda nonkosikazi
if they are fighting,
uma belwa
is their joy complete?
ngabe intokozo yabo iphelele
Is it full?
igcwele
No.
cha
But when there's complete unity,
kwana ngabe kunokunye okuphelele
they enjoy
bayathokoza
completeness
ukuphelela
and fullness
nokugcwala
of joy.
kwenjabulo noma
And when you
intokozo
are in that place
nangabe kuleyo ndawo
as a husband and a wife,
indoda nonkosikazi
you are walking in victory
uhamba ekunqobeni
because the joy of the Lord
ngoba manje injabulo kaNkulunkulu
is what?
bazalwane
It's our strength. The joy of the Lord
injabulo kaNkulunkulu
is our strength.
amandla ethu
Now let's not deceive ourselves.
asingazikhohliseni bangcwele
We are lacking power in the church of Jesus Christ.
manje siluza amandla ebandleni likaJesu
Amen? I'm just being honest.
ngiyathi
Where is the power?
apha amandla
Where is the strength?
wapha amandla ethu
The church is weak.
ibandla liweak libuthaka manje
We're battling to trust in God.
kunzima ngisho ukuthemba uNkulunkulu
We're not believing that God is for us.
asikhohle uNkulunkulu
So
ngakithi
everything's against us.
yonke into nje imelele nathi
And I'm not living as one who is more than a conqueror.
angisaphili njengongaphezu kobunqobi.
And I believe there are many in the church,
Ngiyakholwa baningi ebandleni,
many leaders, many pastors,
angabafundisi abaningi, abaholi abaningi,
who out of genuine sincerity,
akade benokuqinisekisa kweqiniso,
who want the power of God,
abafuna Nkosi yami amandla kaNkulunkulu angempela,
make the mistake
bakha noma benza iphutha,
of following some of the gimmicks
balandela imikhuba,
where we believe we'll find the power of God.
becamathi bazothola amandla kaNkulunkulu kuleyo mikhuba,
And so we involve ourselves
bese bazibandakanye noma sizibandakanye
in unbiblical practices,
ezintweni ezingelona izwi likaNkulunkulu. Amen.
screaming and shouting,
Bangumsindo,
calling on the fire.
mlilo.
You know that one?
Siyayazi le.
Hey, you guys know that one so well.
Siyayazi wena uthanda
Fire!
mlilo.
But it doesn't bring
Kodwa lokho akulethi
the power
amandla
and the strength that we need.
namandla lawo esiwadingayo.
Because in the meeting,
Ngoba la enkonzweni
we're all excited,
sonke siyajabula.
but it's just emotional.
Kuwe kanti into emizwa nje.
Because when I go home,
Ngoba lase ngifika ekhaya,
that same woman is there,
ngoba nangu lo wesifazane usela.
and the same problems are there.
Nani inkinga engazi usela.
And I go to work,
Sengemsebenzini.
and the same problems are there.
Nani zankinga zamsemsebenzini sekhona.
Where's the strength?
Aphi amandla manje athi kwajabulela.
Where's the power?
Apha amandla.
But many,
Baningi
they go that way sincerely
bahamba Nkosi yami ngenhliziyo ephelele eqinisele bengafuna amandla bona.
because they are genuinely looking for the power of
Ngoba
God.
Nkosi yami bafuna amandla, bafuna endaweni ezirong.
But the power of God,
Amandla kaNkulunkulu
it's not magic.
awayona umlingo.
You're with me.
Ndawonye bazalwane.
Amen. But there is a genuine power.
Kodwa akhona amandla iqiniso kaNkulunkulu.
There is a genuine strength.
Akhona amandla kaNkulunkulu
And
angempela.
God wants to give it to us.
uNkulunkulu uyafuna ukusinika lawo mandla.
And we will only come to that place
Siyokwazi ukufika kuphela kuleyo ndawo
when we embrace
uma sibambisisa
that body of truth.
le umzimba weqiniso.
And when we come
La uma sifika
into the unity of the faith.
ebunyeni benkolo.
Amen. These things
Lezi zinto
are true.
ziyiqiniso.
Our joy
Injabulo yethu
will be made complete.
iyophelela ngalezi zinto.
And if we need anything at this time
Uma kukhona esidingayo lesikhathi samanje
as a church,
njengebandla,
we need to come back
kufuna sibuyele
to the teachings of the apostles.
ezifundisweni zethu abapostoli.
We need to embrace again,
Kufuna siphinde sibambisise,
earnestly contend
silwele ngeqiniso
for the faith,
inkolo noma ukholwa,
that body of truth,
le umzimba weqiniso
that we can enjoy together,
esingakwazi ukujabulela ndawonye
the unity
ubunye
of the faith.
bokholwa.
And God's joy
Injabulo kaNkulunkulu nomthokozo
will give us the strength
izasinika amandla,
and the power
amandla
that we so desperately want.
lawo esiwafuna ngempela ngeqiniso.
Don't we want to see that in our church?
Bazalwane, ngaba sifuna ukuwabona amandla emabandleni ethu. Siyafuna.
But when you look at the church,
Wena ubona amandla namhlanje,
this one believes that,
laba
That one
bakholwa
believes
lokhu,
that.
laba bakholwa lokhu.
there's division.
Kunokwahluka.
True?
Ngabe qinisile.
There's too much division.
Kunokwahluka okukhulu kakhulu.
But God is calling us as a church
uNkulunkulu asibisa njengebandla
to unity,
ukuthi asiyebunyeni,
to oneness,
ukuthi sibe nobunye,
so that we can enjoy His power.
ukuze sikwazi ukujabulela amandla akhe.
I want to know
Ngifuna ukwazi
God's
bazalwane,
joy
injabulo intokozo
be my
kaNkulunkulu
strength.
kuwamandla ami.
What about you?
Wena wenze njani? Ufuna ukwazi lokho?
You want it?
Ngiyafuna.
We can't get there
Asikwazi ukufika lapho
through a gimmick
ngemlimo
or a trick,
noma ama-tricks
or some man will give it to you.
noma izinto abantu abazokunika yona impartation.
It comes
Kufika kuphela
through unity
ngobunye
in Jesus.
kuJesu.
It comes
Kufika kuphela
through holding
ngokubambelela
to the unity of the faith.
ebunyeni bokukholwa.
So go back to 1 John chapter 1.
Sibuyele ku-1 John chapter 1.
Shares in.
Nangu
Njalo.
baba sheze fika.
Amen.
Amen.
Now read from verse 5 to 7.
5 to 7. Nathi izwe salizwa kuye sinishumayela lona lokuthi uNkulunkulu ukhanya ubumnyama abukho kuwena kanye. Uma sithi sinenhlanganyelo naye sibe sambe kumnyameni sinamanga asenzi iqiniso. Kepha uma sihambe ekukhanyeni njengalokhu yena uqobe sekukhanyeni khona sinenhlanganyelo omunye nomunye. Negazi likaJesu indodana yakhe liyasihlambulula ezonweni zonke.
Very clear.
Kucacile.
When you read in the Gospel of John,
Mesifunda ivangeli kaJohn,
John uses the word truth
osebenzisa igama iqiniso
and light
nokukhanya
synonymously.
ngendlela efanayo.
Because truth
Ngoba iqiniso
is light and
lukukhanya,
light is truth.
ukhanya kuyiqiniso.
Amen?
Amen.
So when we take the body of truth,
Mesithatha umzimba weqiniso,
the faith,
inkolo, ukholwa,
and we begin to appropriate that to our lives.
siqale sikufaka lokho empilweni zethu.
And we begin to walk in it.
Siqale sihambe kukho.
If I walk in the truth,
Uma ngihamba eqinisweni,
what am I walking in?
ngihamba
In light.
ekhanyeni.
In light. So John then says,
Usethi kuJohn la,
this message
uthi ke lo myalezo
which we heard from God
esawuzwa uNkulunkulu
and we're now giving to you.
manje sinika wona.
This is the message.
Uthi la ngumyalezo
The whole body of truth,
ukuthi lo mzimba weqiniso lonke,
the faith,
inkolo,
this is the message.
nangu umyalezo
God is light.
ukuthi uNkulunkulu ukhanya.
Isn't that an amazing thing?
Njabana kuyamangalisa
So everyone living outside of that truth
ukuthi wonke umuntu ophila ngaphandle kwaleli qiniso
is living in what?
uphilaphi bazalwane? Ekumnyameni.
There's one church,
Kunebandla elilodwa,
there's one truth,
kuneqiniso elilodwa,
there's only one light.
kulokukhanya okukodwa futhi.
And that light
Lokukhanya
is the revelation
isambulo
of this truth
saleli qiniso
called the faith
ekuthiwa inkolo.
that Jesus gave the apostles
La uJesu anika
and
abapostoli,
the apostles have given us.
abese abapostoli banika thina njengebandla.
Now back in verse 3,
Mesibuyela verse 3.
just read it again for us.
Lokho sikubonileyo sakuzwa sinishumayela khona nani ukuze nani nibe nenhlanganyelo nathi, kepha thina sinenhlanganyelo noyise nendodana yakhe uJesu Kristu.
John again,
Futhi uJohn
he says, on behalf of the apostles,
uthi ke ngikhulumela abapostoli bonke,
that which we have declared to you,
uthi lokho sinishumayela kona
that truth
lelo qiniso
will bring you into fellowship with us,
kuzanenza nibe nenhlanganyelo kanye nathi
with the apostles,
nabapostoli,
the 12 apostles.
abapostoli abawu-12.
I'm not talking about modern day apostles.
Uthi angikhuluma ngabapostoli abakhola emhlabeni balensuku.
That body of truth
Kodwa leli qiniso
brings us into fellowship with
letha
the apostles
nobudlelwaneni nabapostoli
who are or were already
laba babevele sebe
in fellowship with God.
nobudlelwane noNkulunkulu.
Only the apostles were enjoying fellowship with God
Abapostoli kuphela ababe nenhlanganyelo kanye noNkulunkulu,
because they were hearing,
ngoba babemuzwa
they
yena,
were seeing,
babembona,
and they were handling the word of life.
babethinta izwi lokuphila.
We read that.
Sikufundele lokho.
They were enjoying
Babejabulela
walking in light.
behambe ekhanyeni.
They were enjoying the body of truth.
Babejabulela leqiniso.
They were enjoying being in relationship with Jesus.
Babejabulela ukuba sebudlelwaneni noJesu.
And their joy
Injabulo yabo
was complete.
yayiphelele.
Look at how they lived.
Ukuthi baphila kanjani.
They sacrificed everything.
Banikela ngakho
They
konke.
gave up everything.
Yonke into yabanikela
They
ngakho.
were willing to pay any price
Babefuna ukukhokha noma yini.
because their joy
Ngoba injabulo
was
yabo
complete.
yayiphelele.
And the joy of the Lord was their strength.
Injabulo kaNkulunkulu, intokozo kaNkulunkulu ayimandla abo.
But it wasn't just for them.
Kwakungekona kokuphela.
And thank God that they gave it to us.
Siyambonga uNkulunkulu ukuthi ke uphinde basinika nathi lo.
So when we take this body of truth
ukuze besithatha lo mzimba weqiniso
given by the apostles,
esiluwanikwa abapostoli
we come into fellowship
siza eminhlanganyelweni
with them,
nabo
and we come into fellowship
siphinde sibe
With the Father.
enhlanganyelweni nobaba
and his son.
nendodana yakhe.
So here's the challenge.
Nayi inselelo.
Can you come into fellowship with God
Angabe ungaba yini nenhlanganyelo noNkulunkulu
without the teachings of the apostles?
ngaphandle kwezifundiso zabapostoli?
You can't.
Akunakwenzeka.
The one truth
Iqiniso elilodwa
that God has given,
uNkulunkulu asinike lona
He gave to the apostles.
wanika abapostoli.
And the apostles
Abapostoli
gave it to us
basinika thina.
as they wrote the scriptures.
Njengoba ngesikhathi sekubhalwa izwi lenkosi.
You want to be in fellowship with God?
Bafuna uba nenhlanganyelo noNkulunkulu,
You've got to go through the teachings of the
ufuna
apostles
ubheke izifundiso zabapostoli.
that were given.
Lezi zanikwa
Not new teachings,
hayi izifundiso ezintsha.
not modern day apostles,
Hayi abapostoli balesikhathi samanje.
because there are apostles today.
Ngoba bagcwele.
But they weren't with Jesus.
Kodwa bebengenaJesu.
The 12 were.
Yilabo abawu-12 babe
And
noJesu.
then Paul, who went to heaven.
Bese noPawulu wayesulule ohlala noJesu.
That's how we come into fellowship with God.
Sihlaba kanjalo nenhlanganyelo noNkulunkulu.
And so Jesus, in building this church,
uJesu ngowakha leli bandla
He started with them.
waqala ngabo.
As the scripture says,
Njengoba iBhayibheli lithi,
how many doors are there in the church?
mingakubazana iminyango kambe khona la ebandleni.
John 10.
UJohn 10.
What did Jesus say?
Uthini uJesu ngani?
I am the door.
Uthi uyena umnyango.
There's only one door.
Munye.
There's only one truth. There's only one church.
Leli bandla.
And in that church is just light
Kunokukhanya la kule
and
bandla.
fullness of joy.
Kunokujabula egcwele.
The true church.
Ibandla langampela.
You want to enter?
Mofuna ukungena,
You can only enter
uyokwazi ukungena kuphela
through the teachings
ngesifundiso
of the apostles.
labapostoli.
You with me?
Sindawonye bazalwane.
The faith
Ukukholwa
that was once given
lo wakwanikelwa
to the apostles.
kubapostoli.
So John then says,
uJohn kuthi
this is the message.
uthi ke lo myalezo
God is light,
uNkulunkulu ukhanya
and in Him
kuyena uNkulunkulu
there's no darkness.
akukho imnyama.
You with me?
Sindawonye
You
bazalwane.
understanding the scripture?
Siyaqonda izwi.
Then verse 6.
Uverse 6 athi uma sithi sinenhlanganyelo naye sibe sambe kumnyameni sinamanga asenzi iqiniso. If uma
We say
sithi
we have fellowship with Him.
sinobudlelwane naye,
You know what fellowship is?
nazi imbazo lobudlelwane,
The word,
izwi
the Greek word,
izwi noma igama
fellowship
lale nhlanganyelo
is koinonia,
koinonia,
which means
okusho ukuthi
communion,
ubunye la
union,
ubunye
fellowship.
Nseka into engakwazi ukuchaza isizulu esiphelele. Kodwa ubunye obuqinile bazalwane.
And there's one more word,
Kunelinye futhi asalisho.
intercourse.
Ukuhlangana.
You understand that?
Yabona uhlala ukufona ukuhlangana
Which is
kwabantu
enjoyed
abashadile.
between a husband and a wife.
Ukuhlangana lo ukujoyina kwabantu abashadile. Isho leyo
Because
lokudlelwana.
when a marriage is consummated
ngoba ngesikhathi sihlangene ubudlelwane.
and the two come together,
Laba ababili behlangana ndawonye.
God makes them one.
uNkulunkulu benza babe munye.
But physically,
Kodwa ngokubonakalayo
when do they become one?
baba nini munye.
When the marriage is consummated.
Ngesikhathi umshado
You
uhlanganile.
with me?
Sindawonye bazalwane.
When the man goes into the woman,
Ngesikhathi owesilisa eya kowesifazane.
they become one.
Baba munye.
That's why, church,
Kungakho ke bani?
sexual sin
Isono socansi.
is such an offensive sin to God.
Yo, isono sibi kakhulu uNkulunkulu.
Because when a man goes into a woman
Ngoba uma owesilisa eya kowesifazane.
and God has not joined them together,
uNkulunkulu engamahlanganisile.
it's an abomination.
Ichilo.
And in 1 Corinthians chapter 6,
amakorinte 1:6
Paul says,
uPaul uthi
when someone does this,
uma omunye enza lokho
it's such a great offense to God.
uthi hey into emkhuba kakhulu uNkulunkulu
Because God wants this picture of unity.
ngoba uNkulunkulu ufuna lo sithombe sobunye.
The Bible says
iBhayibheli lithi
that all sin
zonke izono
is outside of the body.
zingaphandle komzimba
But that sin
kodwa lesi
is inside the body.
sisebenza umzimba.
And your body
Umzimba wakho
is the temple
uyithempeli
of the Holy Spirit.
likamoya ongcwele.
You with me?
Sindawonye bazalwane.
Young man, young woman,
Sizwa nentombi
you need the grace of God
sidinga umusa kaNkulunkulu
to keep yourself pure.
ukuthi nizenzele imsulwa.
And so, fellowship
Hlanganyelo
means walking in light.
kusho ukuhamba ekukhanyeni.
And if I say
Uma ngithi
that I'm in fellowship with God,
ngisemunye noma ebudlelwane noNkulunkulu
but I walk in darkness,
kodwa ngihambe ebumnyameni
what am I doing?
ngenzani?
Yeah, I'm lying.
Khamba manga.
Yeah. Because there's only light in the church.
Ngoba ukukhanya kusebandleni likaJesu kuphela.
You can't be here
Awukwazi ungabe ebandleni
and be in fellowship with God.
bese uthi lokudlelana noNkulunkulu wedwana.
Here
Ubudlelwane bulapha kuphela.
is where you're in fellowship with God.
Yilawo nobudlelwane khona noNkulunkulu.
And then verse 7,
Verse 7 athi kepha uma sihamba ekukhanyeni njalo kuyena uqobe sekukhanyeni khona sinenhlanganyelo omunye nomunye negazi likaJesu indodana yakhe liyasihlambulula ezonweni zonke.
but if I walk in the light,
Uma ngihamba ekukhanyeni
I once was in darkness,
ekuqaleni bekile ebumnyameni
Beganani was in darkness.
nosikothe lapha ebumnyameni
Let me change that one. Let me do it like this.
kodwa ake ngenze kanje
There's a white one,
la emhlophe ngale khutho mhlophe ke yabona
and I've got a black one here.
unemnyama ke ngala
Dlamini there.
uthi Dlamini loya uyena ngale yabona.
We were in darkness.
Besike emnyameni sobabili
We were confused.
besididekile
We were blind. We were divided
sihlukene
for many reasons.
ngezathu eziningi ezinhlobonhlobo.
But we have come
Safika
through the door.
sangena ngomnyango
We have come through Jesus.
safika ngoJesu.
Now we are no longer in darkness,
Manje sekho kumnyameni
but we are
sesilaphi
in the light.
sesike kukhanyeni.
And now,
Manje
because I walk in the light
ngoba uhamba ekhanyeni
and my brother walks in the light,
nomfowethu uhamba futhi ekhanyeni
we are in fellowship with God,
sinenhlanganyelo noNkulunkulu
but we are also in fellowship with
nathi futhi sinenhlanganyelo sobabili
one another.
omunye nomunye.